Tank's gonna get exposed soon. He won't get exposed soon. He get in there with the right guy, Shakur Stevenson.
Tim Bradley says that Gervonta Davis Tank is going to get exposed soon. Ironically enough, after he made that comment days later, many people think Shakur Stevenson got exposed. The fans have spoken. Let's talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. The beginning clip was Tim Bradley. He did a recent interview with Fight Hype, and he basically said Tank was going to get exposed. And then he tried to be funny, I guess, and coughed Shakur Stevenson. He said, oh, Shakur Stevenson, right? I made a post about it, and we viral, baby. I said we viral now. They say I'm sexy now. You guys see it. On Twitter alone, it's almost at 75,000 views. Shout out to everybody that follow me. Tank Davis loses to Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and Teofimo, says Tim Bradley. And let me tell you, the fans really went in on Bradley. Let's read a couple. Capping Bradley, he's such a hater. He is a professional hater. He hates any fighter who is not with top rank. Facts. Bradley is a hater. He has his mortgage to pay. That's kind of funny. Says the guy who lost to Pac-Man twice. Uncle Tom Bradley. Watch Tim Bradley fight with that Russian dude, and it will explain everything. We're just talking about Ruslan Provodnikov. Tank would knock out Bradley. Like most KO artists, people are blinded by Tank's. I ain't reading on that. That's too much. He had Tank losing to Ryan too. Oh, that's right. See? Truth comes out. He says that Tank was going to lose to Ryan Garcia. Insert PBC fighter loses to insert whoever has always been his take. He has never watched the Tank fight. I feel like he didn't watch Devin until George Kambosos won, because he was trying to say things that were obvious if you've watched Devin. Bro was glazing over Shakur ringside the other night. He's cleaning up the drool now, claiming he beats Tank. Cap, LOL, stop the cap. I mean, here's what they think about you. This is the fans. Lil Buddy is such a hater. Bradley is most definitely one of Tank's haters. One guy says he's right. Bruh, why does guy hate on everyone? He just be hating because Tank said he was trash. I remember that. He also said that Tank would lose to Ryan. Bradley is smoking crack. ESPN should have kept Andre Ward and got rid of Tim. He definitely would lose to T.O. Hater. He tripping. How about we stop entertaining him? I mean, just you guys look. Cap alert. It don't end. So I'm not just picking. Look, he's still mad to this day. And that's because Tank said he was really ASS. Look, ton of comments. I told you we viral. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at BOXINGEGO. This ninja just be talking. Look, we got comments for days. We ain't done enough. When is ESPN gonna fire this fool? Who the F likes Tim Bradley? I mean, come on, bro. Look at all these comments. So you know we had to talk about it. Listen, my thing is this. The irony of Tim Bradley is this, and we also on Instagram at BoxingEgo1. This is the irony of what Tim Bradley said. He said this on the fight week for Shakur. Shakur fought on a Thursday, right? He says, if Tank fights the right guy, he's going to lose. And then he said, and coughed Shakur Stevenson. So I'll focus on Shakur. Devin got his own fight at 140 pounds. So we'll focus on the statement made about Shakur. The irony of it all is he said that Shakur would basically whoop Tank, but then he said Tank will be exposed soon if he fights the right guy. But then people are saying days later in this fight, Shakur versus Edwin De Los Santos, some people feel that Shakur underperformed, many people, and they're saying that Shakur got exposed. So it's funny. I told you I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. You see who's keeping it real with the commentary. Listen, I don't have nothing against none of these young fighters, but real is real, and the real is always going to rise to the top. Tim Bradley was tiptoeing on Shakur's performance, in my opinion. I heard some of his stuff post-fights, and he was like, oh, the guy had power. I mean, there's many guys. You fought Ruslan Provodnikov. You didn't fight like Shakur Stevenson. and you arguably have less power than Shakur Stevenson. So really, you're not going to be able to nice it up and make it make sense why Shakur looked like he did. Listen, Shakur, I think he's a good kid. He's the one that performed. You know, you respect him for lacing him up, but he did not live up to the expectations that he set forth. There's a lot that comes with being the Shakur Stevenson. Olympian, silver medalist, does a little bit of trash talking. Shakur said in a recent podcast, he was like, I think I do a good job promoting myself. And part of that is you talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. See, as time goes on, I got to give Floyd Mayweather the utmost respect. Not that I didn't respect Floyd already, but Floyd keeps proving he's the GOAT, because when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, he left the margin of error so small, so little, where he talked and said all this stuff and he didn't perform bad, especially against somebody he was supposed to blow out. That's never been a thing. Like, you look at Floyd's toughest fights, they were supposed to be his toughest fights because they were great Hall of Fame names or great names at the time when he fought them, right? And even fights that were supposed to be his toughest fights, like Canelo or Juan Manuel Marquez, he make them look easy. Ricky Hatton, he made it look easy. You know what I mean? So I really feel Floyd is kind of the gold standard in boxing. He made it to the point where people make it he's boring and stuff like that. But that's people who aren't really watching boxing. Like, he was doing some dynamic stuff. The way he's varying his right hand and throwing it from multiple different angles, the same hand, but he's throwing it in different combinations and different varieties. It's amazing to watch. And he got his opponent, Robert Guerrero, Canelo. He got big old Canelo looking stupid on the ropes, and he bowling up the center with uppercuts, punching through the guard of Canelo. Got Robert Guerrero, a southpaw who was rugged with Berto. He got his head flying back and stuff like that. So it looked crazy. That's not what we got. I don't know why people keep comparing Shakur's style to Floyd Mayweather. The only common denominator is undefeated in black, but they have their own style. Like, even Money Mayweather, people are comparing. Look at how Floyd fought Maidana. Maidana, if we're comparing somebody, Maidana is quote unquote kind of similar to Edwin De Los Santos, right? In terms of, he's an orthodox fighter. De Los Santos was a southpaw, but he's a rugged power punching guy who improved his boxing a little bit, right? Because Maidana got with Robert Garcia, picked up a jab, worked on his cardio, started boxing subtly better. You know what I mean? Things like that. Floyd didn't fight no Maidana the way Shakur fought against Edwin De Los Santos. That wasn't even a boring fight. Like, if you watch Floyd Maidana 1 particularly and say it was boring, then you're stupid. In my eyes, you're stupid, right? So people keep comparing Floyd and Shakur. I don't really see the commonalities. Shakur fought an overly cautious fight. There were opportunities to counter, and he didn't necessarily capitalize. Floyd Mayweather says, if you make a mistake, you got to pay. You have to pay. He's going to make you pay. And that's kind of the difference. So as far as Tim Bradley, I mean, to me, I think what he said sounded foolish to say with such conviction, like, oh, you know, when Tank steps up to Shakur, he's going to get blown out. Shakur, at the very least, even if he's capable of beating Tank, that wasn't the performance that showed it, because you fought a quote unquote dangerous southpaw, and people are saying you fought scary / timid and played keep away and just jabbed. Fighting Tank, he's an even more dangerous, more experienced southpaw who has better head movement. Edwin De Los Santos had very little head movement, to me at least. He didn't have no like exceptional head move. Tank can move his head and box. So Tank getting on the inside, he finds a way, you know, and he finds a way to make you use your brain and energy to try to keep him away, and he makes you think, and he puts like a mental pressure on you as well, right? So if you're fighting like that, I just ultimately, I don't think Shakur acquitted himself well. If like, here's an example. If you're gonna fight Manny Pacquiao and then you fight Edwin De Los Santos, who's a dangerous southpaw, and you don't look great or sensational or blow him out the water, then why would anyone believe that you're gonna easily beat a more dynamic southpaw like Manny Pacquiao? That's kind of the same thing. Gervonta Davis is this generation's best southpaw so far, outside of Crawford. But I don't know if Crawford really identifies with being only a southpaw because he's ambidextrous. So I'm just talking about southpaws, right? In terms of power, boxing, Tank is definitely dynamic. So I don't know. I think Bradley looked crazy. To be honest, he looks crazy saying it. And I think that's the reason for all this poor feedback that you guys left in the comment section, because you made these statements hastily, and now Shakur's performance, his hand hurt, his shoulder is bad, all these different things. People don't want to hear that. We seen what we seen. You showed up how you showed up, and that's all we know. Especially if they're being tight-lipped about it. Like, what is it? His shoulder? Is it his hand? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Tank had a hurt hand versus Pitbull Cruz, and he still performed. So at the end of the day, this was a fight that it really hurt the stock of Shakur Stevenson, and it made even like diehard supporters like Tim Bradley, made them look dumb, because you're basically making it sound like PBC fighters are scared or Tank is avoiding Shakur, all these types of things, and Shakur would easily beat him. But a lesser southpaw who's very good, Edwin De Los Santos, he didn't easily beat him. And then finally, the other thing you have to say is he's talking about Tank will get exposed. He'll get exposed. If Shakur really wanted a Gervonta Davis fight, that was not the performance that would literally land you that kind of fight at opportunity, because with a performance like that where people are leaving the seats and people are complaining and saying it was boring and stuff, it really makes it to the point where guys can front you off and say, why should I fight him? Or offer you something that you're going to feel is disrespectful. And I think Shakur is smart enough to know that. And that's why he has to, make some adjustments and tweaks, because again, if you're already a dangerous fighter and you're already a tricky fighter, or maybe is a better word, if you're already a tricky fighter and you put up stinker performances, your own promoter said that. Bob Arum said it was a stinker, especially comparison to the Navarrete fight. So when you do this and when you have performances like that, then at best you give people a reason to say, why should I fight Shakur Stevenson? He put on a boring performance that people are going to boo, and he didn't do great numbers. He didn't do over 1 million on ESPN basic cable. He fought on a Thursday. He didn't have the T-Mobile filled to capacity. So Shakur already admitted out his own mouth that fighting Tank, it would be up to him, because Tank is that dude and Tank is the A side. So again, what I'm saying is true. If Shakur knows that Tank is the A side, then Tank is like this generation's Mayweather. Mayweather fought guys off of their best performances. Like Maidana almost knocked out Broner, but he beat Broner. That's when he landed the Floyd fight. Ricky Hatton, undefeated, landed the Floyd fight. Canelo coming off Austin Trout, landed the Floyd fight. Miguel Cotto, he had avenged the Cotto loss, or the Margarito loss, his first loss of his career, landed the Floyd fight. Shane Mosley bodied Margarito, landed the Floyd fight. So the point I'm making is, if you want to attract a fight with Tank, that performance was not the one that was going to do it. And then if he was hypothetically injured or whatever they're saying now, then they should have pulled him out the fight, because the whole world got to see that performance, and that's all we know. You know what I mean? And if he wasn't, if his performance was going to be that, then they should have pulled him, because that's not going to attract a Tank Davis to the point where it's must-see TV. He might as well just fight against Isaac Cruz again, or people on Frank Martin or something. Why should he fight Shakur when people are saying that? And people dog Frank Martin, speaking of him, when he had a tough fight with Artem Harutyunyan. Artem was just coming to fight, and he almost stopped him in the last final round. Shakur, there was not a point in time where I seen where he looked even close to hurting or stopping, especially the style he chose to fight, which was just to keep a safe distance the whole time. It's just not going to turn over new fans nor land the big fights. So Tim Bradley, I don't know. He looked kind of insane for making it sound like Tank is not trying to see Shakur. And then Shakur, you said Tank's gonna get exposed. Now people are saying Shakur exposed. Boom. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.